Alright everyone, welcome back. Today we are continuing to play Remnant from the Ashes, and we're gonna keep moving on. So, let's get back into it. We had just defeated Singe, one of the two world bosses from Earth, and we got the Spitfire, which is his weapon. Or the weapon that he drops, or that you get from the material that he drops when you defeat him normally. And we found this, the Pillar of Stone, which reduces recoil by 30%, the weapon sway by 60%, and aim movement speed is increased. So basically we can walk around a little bit faster when aiming, and our recoil isn't as bad, and we are able to, and the weapon doesn't drift as much when you aim. So like, you can see how the reticle, whatever it's called, the little aiming thing, you see how it moves around. Well, it would move around more if we were not using the, I always like the little design on the augments. Anyway. It looks like wood on a little submachine gun. That's also kind of a flamethrower. Anyway, it makes it easier to aim, and it makes it more difficult for you to kind of miss based on your aiming. So it doesn't drift as much if you're like waiting for something to come in to your sight. Now hopefully we'll probably get one of, in my opinion, the best weapon for throughout most, if not all, of the main game when we get to the next major zone. But you see this kind of mirage-like thing right here? It may be hard to tell for you guys, but you'll see what's going on in a few seconds. Because as we get closer, that happens. So who knows how long this has actually been sitting here. But obviously it's literally in the middle of the, like, practically smack dab in the city. And you can almost see it's like the boundary, like just being around it, the boundary of realities is kind of breaking down. So we just kind of go. Now, the next zone, I will tell you, the next major zone deals with a lot of radiation damage. So you definitely want to boost up your defenses for that. So the hunter armor right now is probably the best we got. We're also not going to be really reliant too much on the length of our mods. So here we are. Nice ancient looking architecture.
Road. Here too. And here.
And that's that guy. But you can see this place is also looks a bit run down. Probably because not as many people are coming through.
And cracks in the walls grow every day, surrounding me. Human, The core is rotten. The root corrupts everything. Why do you distract the Keeper?
So this guy is the Keeper that the Root Mother wanted us to find.
Insignificant. Chance of success negligible. The Guardians are destroyed. The Devourer lurks unchecked. The Labyrinth erodes daily. And I can behold the tide. On the other hand, your journey is not guaranteed to fail. Very well. Enter and see.
So this guy obviously is some sort of biological creature. Ancient as hell. You can't really tell what he looks like. It looks like his neck is really long. Almost like he's probably some sort of prehistoric human. If you would want to think it like that. Because you look at his clothes, obviously he's from an incredibly ancient civilization. But he's also incredibly powerful. I don't think it's obvious he's probably not human because obviously green/gray-ish skin and possibly a rock coming out of him. But he almost sounds like a robot at times, like he's an automaton that was made for this. Which I honestly hope we get some answers about the Keeper in the next game.
The Labyrinth holds all doors and infinite possibilities. If the path you require exists, it lies within.
So basically, this labyrinth is like the crossroad between all the worlds in the universe. Every single world has a gateway that leads to this labyrinth. And if you're able to get into this labyrinth, you can find a gateway to any world you want. That would be the most, and it's obviously the safest, most stable way of doing it. Because obviously something is causing the root to branch out into other worlds and is eroding away the labyrinth itself. And this Keeper is only able to hold it back.
Yes, there is time. The root threatens every world, so every world is given a protector. Guardians are not easily killed. When one dies, however, the root can claim that world and grow stronger. The loss of several Guardians made way for the Devourer. The Devourer has made the root very strong indeed.
So the Guardian... So this Devourer, we don't know what it is, but it's like a physical manifestation of the root itself.
An agent of the root, whether witting or unwitting, is unknown and irrelevant. The Devourer was the one who erased even the Labyrinth's Guardian, leaving only myself to hold back unending rot.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, my battle cannot be won with time.
Well, that makes sense.
This place is both like the worlds and unlike them. It is the core, inviolable, and without need of a guardian.
So, this is one of the things that's interesting about this game, because it almost makes it seems like every single world in existence, it's almost like the multiverse theory, except for obviously not. It's like the rest of the universe's worlds are made from Earth in sort of like not like a copy, but has one aspect that's different. More like it's a world created from someone's imagination.
I have neither knowledge nor resources to devote to the question. The root could not have come without invitation.
So obviously, someone called the root here.
Keeper, I would be the last to fall.
Basically, if this guy dies, the universe is doomed. And the root will be able to devour everything. Maybe the worlds that don't have that have guardians are probably safe to a degree, but probably not forever.
It is the seat of the worlds, built upon the core, and all worlds are built upon it. The labyrinth contains all doors that ever were, are, or may be. Some are lost, some destroyed, but all are contained within.
So effectively, basically every single world is connected to this labyrinth. We figured that.
This is the maximum help I can provide at the moment. All endeavors will fail if I do any more.
I mean, to be honest, if this place goes down, everything else can be destroyed. So, yeah, you can only help offer as much as you can, because you kind of have to keep everything together. But here it is. Now, let's see. We should have gotten Keeper's Blessing from that. I exhausted his dialogue. We may get it in another... somewhere else. I'm trying to remember, because I don't think... There it is. Keeper's Blessing. And this just reduces the elemental damage that you receive, so leveling this up can be pretty good. As soon as you finish Elder Knowledge and you get Vigor and Endurance taken care of, go for Keeper's Blessing. Unless you're... like, you kind of decide, like, if you're taking a lot of damage and it's just, like, non-elemental, and it's a lot of physical damage, just do Bark Skin and Mother's Blessing. If you're really struggling to get Scrap, Scavenger is good. If you're needing to reload faster, Quick Hands. If you're trying to keep from dragging too many enemies to you, Shadow Walker. Otherwise, if you're dealing with a lot of elemental damage, then Keeper's Blessing is definitely a good thing. It's just, you know, mix and match. You'll be able to upgrade everything anyway, no matter what. It just takes longer. And obviously multiple playthroughs and multiple adventures are necessary. So we're gonna head over here, because there's some stuff. Oh, I forgot the stairs existed. But you come over here, and look, someone was here. Can we guess who? Probably Ford. And we look here. ROM, January 1990. It's been a year since Evelyn took it into her head to... ROM is a desolated hellscape, but shows a lot of promise. The people here fought the root and won. There's so much we can learn, maybe even how to end the root for good. Maybe how to help her. So this is obviously after the root mother decided to merge with the root the way she did. And ROM is obviously this other world. March 1993. English is hard at times. This is my 4th trip here, I believe. The citadels are locked tight, guarded by the most terrifying beings I've ever seen in my travels. I've had to seek information elsewhere from people who call themselves the Akari. Home is where Nadine is. What, 20 now? Or back home, Nadine is what, 20 now? 21? Ugh. You finally remember how old they are, and they go and change it. Again. In any case, she's becoming distant. She hasn't wanted to She hasn't wanted to travel with me for months now. Yesterday, she asked why I keep searching. I told her the stakes. But she wants me home. She wants me to protect the ward. She doesn't understand I am protecting the ward. I have to do this, and I have to do it alone. The root will wipe us out if they had any notion of what I was doing. So obviously, again, we saw from the root mother's diary that she did this to help them. She hid the ward by purposely keeping its location a secret. And Ford has been looking for a way to destroy the root ever since. And his daughter is coming to terms with the fact that this is consuming her father's life, even though it's for a good cause. He's becoming obsessed with it. Yesha, February 1995. Ironically, I was born 1993, and this is only 2 years after. Yesha Yesha. It's peaceful here. Beautiful. At least when nothing's trying to kill me. If it weren't so damn deadly, I would see myself settling down here somewhere. March 1995. So only a month after. The Pan have been far more welcoming than they were on my first visit. Some anyway. Apparently I've fallen in with the destitute and the enslaved. There's a vast social rift between the Pan. Has been for centuries, but change is brewing. The Pan are talking of rebellion. Navon, in particular, has asked for my help. But what can I do? April 1995. Again, just another month! Well, isn't that something? I don't much about revolutions. I'm guessing there's supposed to be I don't know much about revolutions. But if I don't know much, the Pan know nothing. They have no experience in rebellion or emancipation at all. Never in their history have Pan turned against the immortals and their empress. But me, I'm an American. Overthrowing oppressive oligarchies is what we do. At least. I told them about our Revolutionary War, the Civil War, and even Civil Rights movement. Basic stuff, really. But they hung on every word I wanted more. What happened after the Boston Tea Party? How did the Underground Railroad work? Was it a protest? With every story I remembered, fire lit up in their eyes. I barely remember the first sentence of the Gettysburg Address. Yet somehow in this world I've become a revolutionary firebrand. Now all they need are some weapons and trading. Rom. I died. This happened once before, back when the Root first invaded, but I thought it was a fluke then. Something related to Clawbone. But no, this is real. I died, and now I'm walking around again as if nothing had happened. Watch out for those Idri. By the way, the ones with the red crystals instead of faces. Their beams can pierce through solid rock. I won't make that mistake again. Could Evelyn have done this? It sounds crazy. Her sacrifice protected Ward 13 somehow. If she did something to protect me, what if she did something to protect me as well? I could ask her for answers, but no. I'd get no useful answers. Evelyn's is gone. It's just the Root now, and they only wish me harm. God, what if this is some kind of curse? What if they're taunting me with immortality? Doesn't matter. I can use it. The Root doesn't know what I'm up to. If they did, they'd never let me have this power. But this power is precisely why I must be the one to solve this puzzle. I alone can end the Root. Rom. Holy smokes! It took forever to decipher what the Akari were trying to tell me, but I finally learned how they defeated the Root. The Undying King basically nuked their world. That explains the desolation, the mutants. But that can't be the only way to beat the root, can it? I told Nadine about the Undying King's Scorched Earth solution. I shouldn't have. Now she thinks my quest is crazier than ever. She's worried that I'll start thinking nukes make more sense. Ridiculous. Where would I even get nukes? I mean, this is kind of started since the Cold War. Like, question mark? But yes, obviously, nuking the world to destroy the root would be a bad idea. June 2007. Wow, we've been stepping forward in time. Jesus, don't shoot those beehive mutants in the head. They make the bees and the mutants angry. Better get better take out the body first. January 2011. Still on ROM. I'm a grandfather. I still can't believe it. I have a granddaughter. Ellen Ford. Ba-ba! Commander Ford, from the beginning. I wish it could be a joyous occasion, but Ellen's birth renewed my old argument with Nadine. She wants me back in the ward again. I get it, I do. I'd like nothing more than to come and live with my daughter and granddaughter in peace, but how would it help to fight a losing war on Earth? No, I had to figure out the root secret, to kill them at the source. I admit I don't know how to do that yet, but I've learned so much these past years. The root's a hive consciousness, for example. That's something, yeah? It means that there might be a central mind to destroy. If I can find it, don't matter. If I sit around, don't matter. If I can't sit around Ward 13, guiding scavengers and hoarders. That won't help anyone. Nadine and her husband are great at leading them. It's an important job. I'm no longer qualified for it. This is what I must do. So, obvious turmoil. Yesha. March 2013. That Nevon is one hell of a leader. Over the last 20 years, she's riled up a serious percentage of the commoner and slave populations. The nobility has taken notice. I helped, of course. I've been running guns and training soldiers for about a year on my trips here. I think I'm a wanted criminal now. But that's nothing new. These days, monsters are trying to kill me no matter where I go. I mean, true. Back on ROM. 2024? Obviously, he's been away for a long time. Lately, I've been coming to ROM to escape. Can you imagine that? An irradiated hellscape is more friendly to me than my ward, my family. It's Ellen now. She was so sweet when she was little, but she's getting sulky. She picked up Nadine's disappointment in me. Maybe I should stay at the ward more. Get to know her better, but I'm so close. I can feel it. There is a way to stop the root. One that does not require nuking the Earth. I will find it. If I don't, who will? Courses. August 2025. So we're past where we are. I don't recognize this one. I'm trying to remember every dreamer from Dreamer Project Delta had. Yisha, Rom, Gabriel, and Casa. Clementine's Freezer, that dark world of Harsgard and Itaso had bet on. None of them look like this. Either we never connected a dreamer to this world, or there were projects I was unaware of. Either way, it's a risk going there. Maybe that's why I put it off so long. I'm running out of options. It's a risk I have to take. Okay, so here, we understand that all these worlds were connected to Earth by a science experiment. So, humans, once again, are the root cause for possibly ending the universe. Great. Back on courses, the natives seem low on both education and technology, but there's something else going on in here. I found evidence of infrastructure, villages, agriculture. They used to have progress, but all of it's abandoned now. What happened? I don't know. Sometimes I think there's something sinister about this world. Maybe the root or something similar or some similar species took over somehow. Other times I think it's just a damn swamp and I'm wasting my time. I should look I should be looking for this keeper I've heard about. Or maybe I'm missing Nadine and Ellen. How long has it been now? 2 years? I'd never been away at one time for so long. I should go back soon. I just gotta follow a couple more leads in the swamp. Maybe try to learn more about the keeper. Then I'll head back. Hell, I'll stay at the ward for a few weeks this time to make up for it. You've been gone for 2 years, and you think a few weeks is going to make up for that? I mean, I get it, trying to save the universe, the world, and the universe at the same time. But come on, dude. Finally, I found someone in this damn swamp who will talk to me in person. Like a person. Unfortunately, all she does is espouse the virtues of her world. I know better than most what a bucket of horse manure all that is. She calls herself a queen. All she talks about is oneness and enlightenment. Like she won't tell me a damn thing about what the Iskall is, let alone any kind of history of her people. The past is gone, she always says. All that matters is Iskall. I think my earlier suspicions were right. Something's fishy here. I really hope they go further into courses in the next game, because we really don't get a lot with this. Like, we don't kind of get a story. Whereas with Rom and Yesha, we obviously have a background. 5 months. 5 months in investigating and talking to that damn queen. I might as well be slamming my head against the wall for all the good it's doing. She won't talk about anything but Iskall. I have no interest in her cult. Not even to get more information. I have seen less sinister propaganda in Moscow. Yikes. Cold War still runs deep. I'm getting nowhere. It's been almost 3 years now since I've been back to the ward. The swamp's a bust. Finding the keeper can wait. I need to go home. Wow. You spent an extra year. I mean, you're clearly able to go there at any point in time you want. Nadine's gonna give me hell. But at this point, it's hell I'll gladly take. I'll stay a good month in the ward this time. Whatever they might think of me, it'll be good to see my daughter and granddaughter again. Again, you've been gone 3 years, and you think a month is going to be long enough. Again, I get it. You want to save the world. You want to make it safe. Like, it's very tearing, because on one hand, you really want to stay with your family. On the other hand, what's the use of staying with your family if you're going to die in a few months? Altogether, anyway. And the world has ended. So, you kind of got a flip-flop situation here. Back on Yesha. I guess this is it. Done with Earth. Done with the root and the mother. Done with it. Done with all of it. I'll leave this here in case anyone wonders what happened to me. I'm out to find Nevon and to do what good I can with what I got left. I think of worse ways to live out my days. Okay, so Ford is obviously very despondent with how life is going for him. He is very unhappy. Obviously, him going back to his home is more or less he was consumed with this task for so long that he abandoned everything, family included. He couldn't find the answers that he wanted as quickly as he wanted, and then ended up losing everything. So he decided, in the end, I'm just gonna basically, instead of living out and instead of repairing the relationship between himself and his granddaughter and his daughter, he's just gonna go to another world and live there and help them with the revolution. Seems like there's a fair amount of other issues going on there that he's not willing to take. So here we go through the portal. Now that it's taken us a half hour to get through lore. Though we walked right in the front door, so there's no way he could have missed the keeper. Now, we don't know who this person is. Like, we don't see a face. But obviously she looks human.
Great King! I did not expect... You? You are not he. Yet you have opened the gates. A second Nui? It must be... Forgive my confusion, unheralded one.
So, the big question is, was Rom full of humans? Because she seems like a regular human.
Your sublime feet honor the sands of the eastern wind, itinerant one. Whatever your purpose, we are blessed by your presence. Surely there are none like you, inimitable one. At least, I have never seen your like. I know none of that name or description. There is one who might know, but he is not one to give information willingly. Except, perhaps, to another Nui. Of course, of course. Forgive my deliberation, ardent one. His name is Islan, the Undying King.
Okay,
no
so this
doubt
guy...
he will be overjoyed to meet a rival. Like all Akari, I am only eager to see the Guardian restored and the planet reborn. O discerning one, it is my joy then, my great honor, to help you find the Nui who was alive when said Guardian fell.
So obviously the Guardian died when the Root was attacking this world. And this guy was alive with that. There's some sort of connection here. I honestly think... I obviously know. Since I've played this and gotten through this before. But my thoughts for you guys, after really soaking in all the information, it's like, did this guy kill their guardian for his own purposes? Because he thought he could take on the Root without the Guardian? Like, this guy sounds extremely arrogant. And sounds like the Guardian was probably a threat to his position. And he wanted to be worshipped like some sort of god, and the Guardian was the one who was being worshipped like that. So he wanted to make sure that he was the only one that could be the case.
From the Citadel. in the canyons beyond the Black Sun Gate. The gate has been sealed since time forgotten. Oh, but no doubt you will find a way, Dynamic One.
So obviously, it has been a very long time since this place was effectively nuked. And she was born during this time. And no one knows how long ago it was. Probably because
None.
it's kind of hard to tell time.
Only one has there ever been since the days of the Guardian. Your arrival is unprecedented. Portentous.
Honestly, the next game I would like to see considerably more story
Enlightened One.
for these worlds. Like, more than what they already give. Because, look, this was obviously part of the labyrinth. Sitting in some sort of, probably, temple that was built over, and as you can see over there, looks like a solar eclipse. Constant. Probably because of the way the world is. But then you can see that giant thing there. That looks like our actual destination. So here we go. Checkpoint here. We don't really need to do anything. But like I said, we got a lot of radiation damage element coming in with this. So, alright. You gotta be cognizant of that. Let's see. So we got World Walker. This just reduces our stamina cost. And you can obviously see like what each thing does. Woof. But but once again, like with Earth, we're gonna keep our eyes out for all sorts of things, materials, items, whatnot. And obviously, we've come to a village right at the start. So as we investigate things around, see if we can find anything, we'll probably, as Ford described in his diary, or journal, that, look!
Okay, this is it!
Obviously, these guys are probably not going to be friendly. And we hear a dog somewhere. Whoop! There it is! But you see how violent these guys are. And these guys are obviously human in some way, shape, or form. But they're obviously mutated. And this is the result of the world being nuked and destroyed. Now, I hear the growling, but where the heck is it? Here it is. So it's like... So, obviously, these are human-like individuals. That are basically just kind of making do with their world being the way it is. And effectively figuring out just kind of... Because these are obviously very primitive structures. But you can tell they had a very modern, futuristic, in fact, civilization. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense setting your civilization back a few thousand years by nuking your whole planet, the whole planet, to destroy the root, to beat it. Sounds like sounds like the Undying King got quite cocky. And they have probably worked off of nuclear power anyway. Because you can see, exposed radiation. It's a good thing you don't take radiation, get irradiated from those things. Thankfully. But that's not always going to be the case. And that's obviously not how it works in real life either. But yes, still gotta make sure you get that scrap. Now you see that thing right there? It's a floating skull. Obviously, whatever the heck it is. Vault of the Herald. Let's see. Been a long time. Remembering what the heck some of these are, because I haven't even touched some of these from okay. So Vault of the Herald. This is where we get the Akari set. 3 glowing rods can be found anywhere on Rom if the Vault of the Herald dungeon has spawned. Otherwise, it will not spawn. Each part of the armor is hidden behind locked doors. Okay. Yeah, so this one is just one of the things that we're going to have to be looking around everywhere for. I can hear the skull thingies growling. Like, rah, 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 rah. And some of them are even radioactive. I mean, so you can usually tell... You can usually tell when an enemy, like, dies, and how it, like, disintegrates. Or kind of like that. Oh, here's one of the beehive things that they were talking about. So we're just gonna summon the dog and just deal with it that way. We still had experience for it. Such a good boy. Anyway. So, we're gonna be looking for, basically, keys throughout this entire world. We'll be able to find them. But, you know, it's just gonna be a relatively long, painstaking process. Because one is in this dungeon. But we're going to have to find... I mean, I haven't gotten this dungeon in a long time. So, I had to kind of look it up real quick. Basically, if this dungeon spawns, then the keys... Where is it? Okay. Anyway, the keys will spawn all over the map. All over the world. Or all over this world, specifically. Somewhere. And there are 3 of them. I don't like using bullets, because we're still not at a point where bullets are Irrelevant? So, we obviously can hear something. There we go. It's dead. But obviously we can still hear something. Like that. But luckily... Okay, so this thing we need to kill quickly, because as you see, lots of radiation. And that thing is still alive. But we kill it. So yes, there is a lot going on. And we're picking up some Luminite crystals, so that way we can grab upgrades for stuff. Now there are all sorts of connecting points around here. Whee!
He's down!
And these glowing canisters, you want to shoot. Because they're obviously giving radiation. So, but yes, we're in here just looking for the key. We're going to find more. But it's going to require a lot of exploration on our part to find them.
Now set, you bastard!
Oh, hi, Ugly. But yes, these guys swarm a fair amount. And we can release the dog if he doesn't get stuck. I can't believe I just wasted 3 bullets on that one. But you know what? We've been grabbing... Glowing rod. There it is. That's what we were looking for. Yeet! I say no to you. Whoop! Is he dead? Yes, doggy killed. Anyway, so we got 1 glowing rod. And I think they aren't just laying around somewhere. They're... I mean, they are. I think some of them are. But I think they're just like... kill them. Where are you? Alright. More skulls. The interesting thing about all this is that the more enemies that spawn, the more experience you get. So, there we go. Ooh, these guys. We're definitely bringing out Doggy for that. Because they fire continuously. And their weak spot is their butt. So it becomes significantly harder to hit them because they're always going to be facing forward. Shoot that. Do that. And you can obviously see some individuals live in these ruins. Whoa! How dare you? I was in the middle of speaking.
That was rough.
I know, you're a good boy. But yes, you can see evidence that people are living in these areas, in these places. And they are most likely the very things outside. Or even the very people that have the hives growing out of their heads. Poor people, poor individuals. Because it clearly is not comfortable. It clearly is not something that they get any sort of enjoyment out of. Like, they are legitimately... You legitimately have a beehive coming out of your head. And they're radiated beehives. Here we got a tome of knowledge. So we got 2 points to spend. Let's go ahead and do that. Elder Knowledge. So we have a 20% increase to our experience. Now we shove more into Vigor to give us health. But yes, you... Like, see? Obviously, tools, things. But yes, obviously, having a beehive attached to your head is not fun. In any semblance of it. So, we have one glowing rock. We have one glowing rod. So that means we can get one piece of it. Of the armor here. We're going to have to keep coming back as we get more. And we're probably not gonna leave until we get all of them. Just to make sure that you know, we can. Here we go. Now the hunting rifle, obviously, pretty good. We're one-shotting most enemies. Oh, did that drag someone? Woo! Crap! Not bad for panic shots. Yes, we're also getting X. Y. Die. There we go. That was more of a graze instead of a direct hit. One of the dogs is going nuts. That's surprising. So, again, we're still just... Oh, there was something upstairs that needed to die. So yes, we're still just gonna continue looking for stuff. Obviously, we're gonna make sure we're gonna try to find more of the glowing orbs. Or, not orbs. the rods to get as many pieces to get this armor set. Because I really don't like leaving behind certain things. There's another armor set we can also get, but it's locked behind a puzzle. And unless the puzzle hint shows up... Ooh, that was a bit close. It's pretty much a matter of trial and error to get it. And it can be fairly annoying. But it can also give you a fair amount of experience as well. So it's a give and take. Iron scraps and iron. Forged irons. So yeah. A lot of this is about exploration, just finding stuff to be useful, keeping your ammo and items stocked up pretty well. This is a pretty short dungeon anyway, so that's why I'm not really worried about healing. There was a checkpoint over here, over in this direction, so we'll be able to utilize that, because it's right here. We do blood more. And this is where... And this is the thing. So, like, we have 3 slots. I used to think there was only just one and you had to pick one. Solo. But no, there are 3 that spawn in the world. And it's just coming back to get it. So we're going to use the glowing rod at the middle one here. And it's not like you can take it out either after you grab it. So we got the Akari Garb. And we take a look at that. It gives us slightly less armor, but with the same amount of radiation defense, 1 more bleed defense, and perfect dodging increases firing, melee, reload, and evade speed for 20 seconds for its effect. And there's this... So, it's basically like an evasion armor. I mean, it says our defense is like way below what we're supposed to be for the zone, but is it though? I mean, we literally haven't taken as much damage as we could have. So, we're gonna go ahead and use the checkpoint here, heal up. We are going to leave the dungeon, because there's no reason for us to do it, to continue. When we get more glowing rods, and again, we are going to be killing everything and looking everywhere for these things. And we're going to get the remainder of the set. But we are going to have to pause right here. We're going to take a quick break here. I need to take care of animals. I will be back in a few minutes. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Doggies have been taken care of. Most of the family is gone. They're on vacation. Well, they're visiting my grandparents. I unfortunately could not get the weekend off. So, since this was more of a last minute thing. So, I'm taking care of the dogs. Alright. I mean, to be honest, the 20% increase, we could probably get away. Let's just go ahead. Boop. There we go. We look very similar to the woman that we ran into, or at least the body. So, here we are. Back up. We, obviously, all the enemies respawned. So, now we have to be... There we go. We just have to be a fair bit more cautious. Oop. Hi. Now if we keep moving, these guys are having a significantly difficult time hitting us.
He's down!
But we should be okay. So we're gonna make our way back over to where we started. Pick up this. We're gonna zoom out. I always hate killing these rogues. Again, as an animal lover, I do not get any sort of happiness out of it. But it's one of those things of kill or be killed. So, now the elites in this area for these guys are a fair bit more difficult to deal with. Strictly because of how they're built. They're very strong. One tap. They're very strong. They're quite tanky. And they like to rush you. And as you can see, they're also probably cannibals. Because they've probably chained up their own. Or ones that were lucky enough not to be as mutated. Did I check? Okay. Things like that. Nope. But yeah, people who were lucky not to be as mutated, or to some sort of effect or other, are considered food. Which, I mean, you're dealing with a literal apocalyptic wasteland. Like, cannibalism is something that's most likely going to occur. Not that I condone it, but with the way resources obviously have become, is it something that's going to have to occur? Yes. Yes, it is. And that is because, obviously, things are bad. And like I said, they've been sent back a few thousand years in their history, because a lot of this, again, looks like rudimentary structures. Left on the barbecue a little long. So, these guys are, or these people, are very violent, most likely cannibalistic, but are just doing everything they can to survive in this wasteland.
He's down!
They're probably very unhappy with the fact that their world has been turned into a scorched wasteland by an individual who claims to be their king, but obviously does not care. So, but as you can tell, they obviously have some sort of rudimentary system in place, or systems in place, that sort of allow them to retain a semblance of society. But again, obviously, this is a fate you honestly wouldn't want to wish on people. Because, like, obvious jail cell. Probably ripped open, like another little cell. Obviously ripped open, and yeah, like, not like, we are not in Kansas anymore situation here. I'm surprised we haven't run into an elite yet. Because we should have by now.
Bastard! Get it!
Alright. There we go. You garnered a fair amount of attention.
Stay there!
So, Yes, we're still just looking for more... For all intents and purposes, we're still looking for more of the glowing rods. Some more iron. Scrap. And here we got another tome. So let's go ahead and just put that there. A box. Iron, scrap, adrenaline, and forged iron. I'm very uncomfortable and nervous. Those two lasers, once again. Ooh. But as you can see, those two lasers are pointing at the giant building, which is where we need to go. And the way to go forward is something we do not know yet, or we have yet to encounter or find. So once again, we're still just looking for what we need. Usually, there's at least one, maybe two, elites in this area. Maybe we just got lucky with the random spawn. Or with the spawning. So we're just still gonna smash things indiscriminately and be looking for things. At least they got a well, but they probably got irradiated water. So I mean, technically it is a dick move for us to be destroying all this stuff. But you know what? I mean, how long is it gonna take for the world to... How long will it honestly take for the world to re-stabilize, effectively? Or the world to stabilize? For these people to be able to rebuild their civilization. And obviously, there's another star there. So this is the area that has the puzzle. And we can come around here. That leads off into a field. Normally, sometimes, the solution to this puzzle spawns here, on some wall. But we come over here, and we look. There's obviously something blocking the way. Like, we can't get to it we can't get close to it. And it's like a barrier. And we need something to shut it down. And that thing goes here. Obviously. So, beyond this gate lies the halls of Elzan, the Undying. He whose mighty hand slew the Gwari, whose enduring heart nourishes Rom to life, and whose calculated wisdom preserves Rom's strength. Only the strong may enter these walls. Strength is proven against the Undying's chosen champions. All things must die so that all things can be reborn, speaks the Undying. To be honest, it sounds more like he's wants to prevent people from getting to him because they don't want to call him out on the fact that he is responsible for destroying. Here's the solution. So, this is... So when playing this, a camera is handy because you want to see these symbols. Because they are important. If you do this puzzle incorrect, then you end up... Now there are too many people close to do this. But you look. The symbols are here. So... And there's an elite. Breaking the mask, obviously, net to a lot of damage. See? Dead. And we accidentally activated the thing. Unintentionally. Ow. Dodge that, and just kill this thing. But yes, when you accidentally begin the puzzle, you effectively can... Oh, hold on. Doggy's gonna be let in. Alright. Sorry about that. So with this puzzle, the picture that we took will help us because the symbols on the ground tell us how to solve it. So if we face this thing and we look at the symbols, it tells us to go right 3 times. And we can walk back to... You can walk back as long as it's on the path to check what direction you need to be moving. But you only have a limited time to solve it! So... That's why you gotta keep in mind the symbols. Alright, so we go... right 3 times. Or, yeah. You go right 3 times. Up once. See. Stupid phone. Alright. Right. Another time. We go down. We go right again. Then we go down. Then we go left twice. And that sets this thing to... It gives you not only a trait point, but it sets this thing to come down here. Now, I have no idea what this black sludge stuff is, but obviously it's leftovers from like, whatever fuel or oil is like in this world. But it's also bubbling, so I don't know. I don't know what the heck it is. So we come over here, and this is like a little shop thing. We can activate it, and it opens this door, but we can also get the Void armor. And this is like... Okay, we need Luminite crystals. So we were able to get 2 pieces of the armor, and it has this effect called power transfer. So every 5 seconds, you gain a boost that increases total damage from all sources. Taking damage transfers the boost from damage to damage reduction. Standing aim movement is increased by 25%. So as long as you're standing, you can aim, you can look around and aim faster. It's a heavy armor set. And I will not lie. It can bog you down. But it comes with some better stats. It's mainly the body that's the big problem. But we need... And now, the door opens. And we walk right out. The challenge is done. And we can reset here. But... there's that. So, now we have to collect... We can collect more Luminite crystals. And come back. And... get the remainder of the set. The legs. This is another leaf that does range stuff, but obviously, it's dead. Well, that was an interesting interaction. But you see the big guy. Oh, Jesus! As soon as you hear the shing, be ready to move. But obviously, we've brought more people than we intended. So, we're gonna call in reinforcements of our own. See? And we're gonna do a blood ward here. Just to keep our health up. Again, 30 seconds of healing, so... And the thing about the good boy is that
That was rough.
he can definitely... He goes basically on just on a rampage. And you can kind of leave him alone until he expires. Oop. Someone's not happy behind me. Now, we didn't get any Luminite crystals from the elite, from the two elites. And that's unfortunate. What? Oh. Oh yeah, these guys also have exploding ones.
Whew, it's over.
But we're just moving. Continue to go. There's gonna be... And we're just kind of...
How's that, you bastard?
And we're just gonna be... looking to search around places and... you know, get what we can. Good thing we didn't take any fall damage. Fall damage is a thing. It's just not as big of a thing. So, we're gonna just check the interiors for anything we can loot. That's really it. Right now. Getting more Luminite crystals is definitely a thing. Because also, we're gonna probably have a boss weapon or mod to get. And we need those crystals for that. So, we're just kind of going around, we're collecting up stuff that was dropped from the dog, attacking indiscriminately, and just grabbing up as much scrap and everything. Oh. Grabbing up as much scrap and everything so that way we can just buy things later. Here. And like I said, we haven't been getting a lot of... Like, we got a lot of enemy spawns in the dungeon. Ah, yes. And if you vault enough spaces... Did he see me? He did not. So if you vault enough spaces, you get the climber trait, and this just increases your vaulting speed. Like, nothing crazy, nothing big. You know. It's like, well, you did this enough times, you're more proficient at it. Alright, so the dog is obviously up top. I was right. Alright, anything else?
Down!
And so yeah, we're just continuing. So many bandages. We're gonna head back over this way. Like, this is obviously a slightly larger settlement than the one we were at in the previous, before this point, the other one. So, closet there. So we, so we come around here. And sometimes there's some goodies back here. Obviously we can't enter this little thing. But there's nothing in there anyway. If there is, and we could, then I have not figured it out yet. But we're just going around, you know, more chances to get stuff, scrap, and whatnot. Oops, did not mean to do that. But yeah, there is kind of a... there's almost a lack of enemies. Which makes you wonder if everything is concentrated in the dungeons. And if that's the case, that's fine. But it does make things a little bit more difficult when you're trying to get certain things, like materials, or more glowing rods. So we're gonna come over here. There's some things right here that we see. An ammo box, and a leech ember, which is an accessory. This one, melee hits steal 5% of the base damage as health. See, reduces melee speed, or increases. So, basically, if we hit an enemy with a melee attack, then we deal 5% of its base... ooh, excuse me. Of its base damage is returned to us as HP. So, pretty decent. Sort of. Obviously I don't use a lot of melee attacks anyway. So we're coming around, we come down here, and it looks like we're going to enter a dungeon. Now, depending on this dungeon, we could be dealing with any sort of thing. I was hoping we could get one of the... we can get the weapon. The dungeon that has the weapon. Even if it's a little bit of an annoyance to deal with. To get it. It's still... for the annoyance you're going through, it's still a very decent... it's still very decent. I'm not worried about wasting bullets here because we have a checkpoint right there. So here we go. We just heal up. The burrows. Now, if I remember... Now, let's see. I'm trying to remember... Let's see... Alright. So the burrows. This is... a somewhat annoying situation. We're dealing with the Hound Master. Now, luckily for us, this can actually get us. This can actually net us 2 augments. Because the Hound Master has something that we can use to get... Ooh, hello. Come on.
What is that?
Now, where are you coming from? Because I don't like surprises. Oh, there. Hi, Skull. Ah, he's coming from that direction. Okay. Oh, this one. So we're gonna go ahead and summon dog. All right. I don't know what he was attacking, but it was stuck in a wall. Alright, and box here. Alright, so we're just gonna do this. We're gonna drink a blood wart. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna check the other side, because I think it's just a... It's not like a... We can continue to go down. And in here... Alright, nothing down here. Except for something we can shoot. Now, radiation does take time to dissipate, which is the only annoying thing about it. Alright, that's that way. So let's come around to the other side. Let's come up here. Because there's a stairway down. That should spit us out. Yep. Practically the same place. Hearing these falls and not knowing where they are. Whoop. Is often very unnerving and causes some difficulties.
He's down!
Of course, if you kill them, and they're easy to kill, then you really don't have as much issues. Alright, so here's a hunter's halo. So, let's see what this does. Increases effective range for all firearms. That's better. Because if you got a long range weapon, it's best to use that sucker from as far away as possible. Alright, we're gonna head back this direction. There. Alright. Another one. And one of these things. Alright, we do that. There we go. Sometimes he will get stuck. Woo! Jesus! We almost got it. Ow. How dare you?
That was rough.
But yes, we survived that. Not surprising, but we did. Alright, so it looks like we exhausted all of our long ammo. But we have Spitfire. So while you deal less damage, you're able to hit them more. But we gotta make sure we maintain a distance. And we can turn this into a flamethrower and do it that way. But yes, as you can tell, everything has literally become concentrated in the dungeon. And there's still more. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Summon a Doge. Just to make this go a little bit faster. Alright. I think now we can start collecting stuff. Because, woof! Alright. Here's the second glowing rod. There we go. So the second glowing rod. Go ahead and drink another blood wort. More long ammo. So we got the second glowing rod, which is good, because that means we can now get a second part of the armor. But we're gonna make sure that we get all three of them next time we go there. So, second glowing rod. We just need one more. Huh. Alright. Do. Idling Skull. Dead Skull. There's another one. Alright, another trade point. Yay. Let's go ahead and pump this into there.
What is that? Oh shit!
Literally. So many elites. So many of them. And we're just gonna go ahead and bring him out. Alright. If there are any more, then we have... Like, a lot of these extra stuff is literally... A lot of the extra stuff that you're seeing me grabbing is all random. Like, there's nothing that you do to get something to spawn, more likely spawn, or not. It's just literally how it's all rolled. Like I said, it's random. So... Right now, we're just literally searching for stuff. Now, since I am running low on ammo, and when I say it's running low, I mean I don't have any... I'm out of long gun ammo. The one thing about this game is that the ammo that you need the most, enemies have an increased drop rate for it, which is pretty good. But that being said, you still need to manage stuff properly. Because I thought I saw... Here we are. And usually, usually when your character, like, says something like that, it's an indication that, you killed all the enemies in the area. Sometimes. Obviously, like that, I did not. Ow. Oh, good lord.
Oh, shit!
Woo! No thank you. No radioactive beehive.
That was rough.
But yes, you saw how all that went down. Sometimes there's something up here. So now that we've taken care of those annoyances, we can go around and start looking around. We're going to see if there's anything is loot that we can grab. So here we got another luminite crystal. So we checked, we got 2 crystals, even though we need 7. So it's going to take us a little bit longer than what we want. But here we are at this little section. I love how there's just so much sand everywhere. That's like, how did that happen? Because, well, never mind. But some of the areas that are like clearly, like right here, like, how is there sand here? Unless there are like massive winds that like blew everything down there, there shouldn't be. So, alright, so let's break things. That was bad. But yes, the weapon I was really hoping to get is called the beam rifle. You may get it on your playthrough if you play this game. It just is it's incredibly good. It's very useful. It's arguably the most accurate weapon in the game. That's not the sniper rifle. And so, here we are, the stalker's dead.
Quiet down. You wake the pack. I won't be blamed for what happens if you do.
This guy, obviously, heavily mutated. But he's got something.
Take a seat. Quit banging, you'll wake them. You
There we go.
shouldn't be here. The pack kills on sight. No exceptions. Then again, it is good to see a new face.
This guy's story is kind of sad.
Any face. Sit, but be quiet. If the pack decides you're meat, I have to side with them. They are my family, and they like my helpful slop. I could sell you some, if you like. Don't worry, it tastes better than it smells.
So, consumables. Increases crit damage by 15%, lasts for 60 seconds. This is pretty decent item. So we're gonna... Screw it. We'll go ahead and do 10 for
Thanks
these.
for the conversation. Oh, and quiet now. You. All right.
But keep your voice down. No, that's a long story. I am an outcast. Buri spit on me, and Vir wanna kill me. The pack is my true family. You want the story? All right. Do you know about the gleaning? Something like that. Every 7 years, the Undying King sends his Vir to the villages. They line us up, like livestock. The Vir choose who stays and who goes. To the Buri, this is a great honor. I was honored until I learned what becomes of the Chosen. What? No, the Chosen Ones are slaughtered. I got lucky. I escaped. But now, the Buri shun me. The Vir hunt me. But I found a better family than both. I heard he grinds the bodies into a powder. That's how he lives forever. You didn't hear it from me, though. He can't know I know. Ah, yes. The Alpha. Don't worry, she doesn't bite. Unless she knows you're there. The King's servants. They obey without question. Nothing can turn them. Nothing. A tyrant cares for nothing but himself. Don't trust him.
Alright.
Why would they? We're family. I am not an exception. Stop! Don't ask me again.
Now we can leave this guy, but we have to kill him,
I did
unfortunately.
warn you.
Now the real problem is Maul, because she does not make anything any easier. He just constantly casts an attack. Now, summon. So now as we basically what we need to do is just keep avoiding everything. We're gonna go ahead and use a heart here just to heal up real quick. Like I said, this one's gonna be the most annoying. But once we kill her, we do that. We do this.
It's over.
And we heal up.
That was nuts.
So now we go around. We can go around and collect this stuff.
Won't fit.
Now, obviously, the good boy finished with this guy. Let's see. I feel like I missed something. Oh, I did that wrong. Whoops. Because you're supposed to break the thing on its head before you... So the crystal thing he had on his head, you're supposed to break, attack and break before he, before you kill the dog. That was my mistake. So I just kinda screwed myself out of one of the mods. Unfortunately. But it's not like it can't be, we can't grab it again. Like, we can still get it if we reroll and get lucky. Or in adventure mode. So, if you miss something, don't feel bad, because you'll have another opportunity. So, but now we're gonna return to the ward, and we're gonna give that collar to McCabe, and get ourselves a nice, wonderful, let's see, we're gonna give ourselves another mod.
Magic Tower? Yeah, right. Either you and Ace... Yeah? Better be worth my time.
And then here we go, Howler's immunity. Projects a 20-meter aura that moves with the caster and reduces incoming damage to all allies standing in the aura by 15% for 30 seconds. So, all in all, it's a very useful aura
Yeah,
if you're working
good.
with people.
Ugh. I'm not in the mood for chat.
Ace mentioned a new tower appeared in the city. Just showing up like it's always been. If it were me.
So, and some people got different dialogue. Right now, we're gonna put some... There we go. We're just gonna put some stuff in some points in our hunting rifle. Just to make it stronger. Just to help get through the next stuff. I have to think about dinner. So we go back to the last checkpoint. We could go back to the labyrinth, but we Sorry. Ordering. Putting together something for dinner. Some of these. Just can't remember one of these off the top of your head. There we go. Let's make sure everything is. Do that. All right. Food is ordered. Pizza for today. Anyway, so if I had not accidentally messed it up, which I completely forgot that it wasn't an automatic thing. He died and I thought he died and he gave it to you already. That was an accident on me. So we come out to the other side to this place called the Scouring Waste. There's a merchant, typically, around, near the... Let's see, where is it? Seems like we're so far away. Which I'm surprised we can't see it. Because it's giant and tall. But there's a merchant near the Citadel that,
He's down!
one shot.
And stay down!
What about the small is this doing? Because he's just kind of like chilling, partying. And I don't know why he gave me the prompt for an elite. There he is. Whoa! Did not know you were that close. No! No! That's it. That's right. Haha. Your little golem ass is useless now. Alright, there we go. Anyway. But yes, post-apocalyptic wasteland. Skeletons are abound. Die. All. Anyway, there's a merchant that appears near the Citadel that you obviously can buy things from. And there's an optional boss right there as well and you need the control module from the Hound guy to be able to fight that boss. I wonder if these guys still worship the Guardian. Obviously, they still do. But like, I wonder if their persistence to worship it is because they know... Ow. I forgot that exploded. If the persistence is because the Undying King is the reason why the Guardian is dead. I'm really having problems aiming right now.
He's down!
So... interesting, I don't think I've seen that type of guy skulking around outside the fight. Huh. Oh well. Hi.
Crap!
Coming over the horizon. Really?
That all you got?
So, typically around this area, like there he is. There's the merchant. So, he's right there. And this, I think, leads us... yes, this leads us back to the next... this leads us to this next dungeon. Or something. I can't remember what it is. Now, we can go into it. I just honestly do not remember what this is. So, if this is like the world boss dungeon, we'll just exit and come back out of it. So, come here. We use the checkpoint. Travel to another destination. So, I don't know what this is. So, we enter in a little bit further. This isn't giving us any information. Okay. So, clearly, this, I think, is the world boss dungeon. Because there's only 2. And I believe... oh no, wait a minute, it's the unnamed one. So, that means we're dealing with the Harrow instead of Clavigar. Whatever it is. It's just the other world boss. And the dungeon is literally just unnamed. Like, it's just... the Clavigar is in the dungeon called Moon of the Black Sun. So,
Oh, God. What is that?
Huh? Oh.
That's all you got?
So, we're just gonna go the other direction. Go around to the merchant. And I will show you my failure.
He's down!
Whoop! Ow, that still hit me. Crap! And this is where we put distance. Huh. Alright, you, sir.
That's all you got?
Lord.
That was rough.
Yep. Sometimes things go that way. I can't believe that missed. I can't believe that missed again. But we're at least keeping... So we're heading in this direction. We can get... We don't know exactly what's gonna spawn out.
Set, you bastard!
But this guy obviously had his hands cut off. So they can very well be... How in the world did that miss? Hmm? Oh, really? Whoa! Did not mean for that to run into this. Too bad. They all died. Whack! Haha.
It's over.
And that's one of the things about this game. You must pay attention to your surroundings. But this area typically has some stuff. Like you can see over there. There's a purple thing. Something with like a purplish aura that we can grab. What? Okay. Is that done? Alright, so we just have to get up there. Which shouldn't be too difficult because the way up there is on the other side. Oops. person here. So, if you come up here, ring compulsion loop. It's a ring. So let's see what it does. Increases movement speed by 20%, fire rate by 15%, and melee speed by 10% for 7 seconds after slaying an enemy. So, it's kind of like a chain kill situation. Alright. Nope. Okay. That wasn't it. There was a name in there. But yeah, it's like a kind of like a chain kill situation. Kill as many people as you can, or kill one person, and it helps you get more. So, pretty decent. So as we come over here, come around here, we'll probably get another... We'll get another dungeon area. That's like a through... I think it's a through dungeon. You go in, you come out the other side. Now this one, if it has a name, we'll know what it is. And if it turns out to be the world boss, one, we can just go through it, and just be done. Or, if this is like a kind of a checkpoint one, Iron Rift. So, oh, this gives us... Okay. This gives us one, a pretty decent mod called Breath of the Desert. It basically throws out... Darn, I was really bad with those shots. It throws out this, these little projectiles. In sort of a... kind of almost like a cone. And they... if you have it aimed at a target, they convene, or, not convene. They, converge on that target. So, you can deal a fair amount of damage to enemies. It does deal radiation damage, so that in and of itself is, if you're dealing with enemies that are pretty weak to radiation, then you can deal a fair amount of damage. Yeet! I forgot those things can fly. But it doesn't matter if they can fly if they're dead. Alright. Here's a tome. Where did you come from? Doesn't matter, you're dead. Let's go ahead and back up because I'm feeling... Yep. Really? Alright, we're gonna go ahead and take Bloodwort, move, to dodge. Summon a Doge. There we go. You can now start attacking. Alright.
That was rough.
Whew. And let's not forget, we're still looking for glowing rods. As well. There we go. Small dead, 2 small dead.
Oh, God! What is that?
Oh, wow.
Get it!
Neat. Now the boss fight here can be a bit annoying, depending on your point of view, because you've got a lot of stuff you gotta dodge. But with your trusty Doge Psychic, it actually can make things a lot easier. We could have just come this way, but, you know. I'm hearing all the grumbly, gurgly things. It's really hard to tell this is where some of these things are until you walk up.
That was rough.
Yet there's so much. And this thing died without us even seeing him. So like everything, we just continue to go around and, you know, look for stuff, materials and everything. Nothing over here. But yeah, the fight in this area can be a bit annoying. The world boss that we'll be dealing with can be very annoying as well. Well, not can be, is. Both of them here are very annoying. It's just kind of the way it is. Let's see, this is Bloodwort. Excuse me. So, but now we're kind of moving forward. Again, still keeping an eye out for the glowing thing. Oh yes, once we find the next glowing rock, we'll be able to. Do not need to click that. We'll be able to get the Brutal Mark. Okay, so this is an accessory. After being equipped for 60 seconds, all damage to enemies is increased by 25% to enemies that have less than 50% health. So basically, you get kind of an execute on your attacks, be they ranged or fist or melee, which is good because you'll take out enemies quicker. I'm surprised that didn't blow that one. I think not, Mr. Skull. And here is the last one. There we go. So now, when we get finished and we are able to head back in that direction, we can now get a good thing we got that crit and weak spot. Neat. There we go.
It's over.
Another click board. Alright. So let's see from here. Alright, nothing to actually grab. Alright, so now we head down this part. Luminite crystal. Let's see, how many we got? Oops. We got 10. Alright. Wait a minute, hold on. Doo-doo. Very rare can be... Okay. Very rare resource used to craft boss weapons and weapon mods can also be used to reinforce boss weapons and the Dragon Heart. Which is false. You require a simulacrum to upgrade the Dragon Heart. I hate that it says and, because you can only increase the charges, not the effectiveness. That comes with the triage trait. So, once we deal with this boss... Check. Alright. Alright. So once we deal with this boss, let's see, what time is it? It's almost... Alright, once we deal with this boss, I'll take a quick break. Having trouble hitting stationary targets. Once we deal with this boss, we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna check for delivery. Of course, the dogs will probably let me know it's here before anything else. Hopefully it doesn't happen during the boss fight. But yes, here we are, in a giant hive of radioactive bees. And this poor guy, obviously, is in some severe distress. Ow. Did not mean to get close. But then you have all these other little enemies that come out and attack you. That was my fault. I was too busy trying to get as much damage off as possible. And we gotta wait another 60 seconds. Now I completely forgot I also had my experience stuff and the jerky. That was my fault.
What is that?
Now there are gonna be smaller enemies like that that'll try to ambush us, and they explode. But you see how quickly we're taking care of this guy. And whenever he does that move, he summons a whole bunch of bugs and these smaller enemies come along as well. So we just kind of keep moving as we need to. And we just do... we bake out the Doge. Ow. And we're gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, we're taking a lot of damage. Right there at the end, too. And we just need one more. And there we go. Whew!
It's over. Not bad, huh?
Victory.
I broke a sweat, I'll give you that.
And so the material we got is radioactive skull. Valuable resource harvested from Scourge that can be used to forge a powerful weapon model. The desert suffers nothing to live, save for that which hardly can be considered alive in the first place. Now I will say, it's very misleading, the weapon mod, or the material. Because it says radioactive skull, but it gives you Breath of the Desert instead of... Ironically, there's a... It's a dungeon I haven't gotten in a while, but it allows you to summon 2 of those floating skull monsters. And those suckers are pretty... deal some pretty decent damage. So... it's like... can the material actually reflect what it's going to be used for? But at the same time, I also... Actually, wait a minute. No, I think the radioactive skull... Let me see. Let me double check, because the skull... Yeah, the radioactive skull gives us that one. The shade and shatter is different. Raise. That's the one. And it uses something called Sentinel Shard, which then allows you to summon the skulls, which is weird. But yes, we accidentally missed out on a pretty decent weapon mod, because I forgot that some things exist the way they do. And we got Breath of the Desert. Let's come over here for another knowledge. And just remember to spend your points when you can. Now, here we are with the Wasteland Merchant. And this thing is the boss I was talking about. If we had gotten the control thing from... Alright, so this is the to enter the next... Alright, I am kind of confused. I'll get my points pretty soon. Let's go ahead and just... The thing about it, we're close enough to it that we can just...
What? Has everything you need?
We can open this up and we can easily go to that little area. In here. You can pet the dog. He's a good boy. Oh, I believe that's it. I will be right back, because doggies have alerted me to delivery. I'll be right back. Ellie. Alright, I'm back. Haha. Food is here, so while it cools down a little, we're going to go ahead and finish some stuff up.
Oh, welcome. I assume you seek sustenance, curatives. You've come to the right place. You have a new smell about you. Not the wastes, nor the citadels. Where are you from, friend?
Maybe just tell them.
Yes, sir.
For time.
That would explain it. I've never smelt your kind before. Wherever you're from, you are welcome here. My prices are the same for all. You may also be interested in information. Buri? Akari. Even the great king himself. None keeps secrets from Wad. So, how can I help you?
Alright.
You may. Wad has no secrets of
So
his
we just
own.
kind of exhaust his dialogue.
An ancient monster, relic of a bygone era. I found it many years ago, but could never make it work. Though, given its size, perhaps it better serves as a statue. I will do my best to answer. Yes. The Buri often improve their own bodies, making themselves stronger. I'm sure you have seen this. The Idri, the chosen ones, for example, are given powerful crystals that grant unique gifts and visions. Astute friend, you have a discerning eye indeed. Or maybe more than one. No, Wad's mask is decoration only. My strength lies in the quality of my wares.
Let's see. Alright. So let's go ahead and do some business.
Quality goods for the discerning.
Let's see, what has he got? Alright. So the heavy water elixir gives us defense against irradiation. So we definitely want that. We definitely want some more blood wort. And ammo boxes.
Do return
Obviously
safely.
we need. Alright. So now, we can actually just go with
A blind man
secrets.
hears much. Secrets that may escape the notice of others. I know many things. For 100 scrap, I'll share one piece of information with you.
And we got
Not
the scrap to
many
burn.
know this, but there are two types of Buri. The Sul and the Kari. The Sul are large, powerfully built. You are, in fact, looking at one. But the Kari are less well known. Smaller, quicker, masters of the hunt. Keep your eyes open. I appreciate your business, friend. The Akari were once priests of the Undying King. Both servants and worshippers. Not so anymore. Those alive today believe the king is a heretic. One who must die if the Guardian is to be reborn. Are they wrong? Until the Guardian rises again, who can say? There is a Buri outcast who lives among the hounds of the Waste. He was a patron of mine before he became one of them. Perhaps you have met him? Yes? But you don't know this. That thing in his head is no crystal or decoration. He has grafted to himself a Veer control rod.
You see, if we had known this before, we would have been like, okay, we gotta be careful with that.
Eslan, the Undying King, is wise and all-knowing. Or nearly all-knowing. His weakness is his belief that none can challenge him. He cannot foresee any future in which he himself dies. But everyone can die. Yes? And a tyrant's death would be a boon to many, including the one who brought it about. You didn't hear it from me. Oh, alas, you have drained me of secrets. But in exchange, I have a special piece of armor just for you. Take a look. Business quality good.
Alright. So now we can look at what he's got. Armor. Let's see. We literally don't have enough. But maybe we can sell some items. Mm. Let's see. We have so much of this, but they're only...
I await your return.
So, we kinda lacking in scrap right now. Because the armor gives us bloodlust. And it subsequent ranged or melee attacks or melee hits against an enemy increases the wearer's total damage dealt to that enemy. Effect degrades over time. Melee speed and fire speed are increased by 5%. So it's not only lighter, but it gives us a significantly better oh, excuse me. It gives us significantly better ammo or damage. Because the more we hit something, the more we hit something, the more damage we're going to deal to it. So let's go ahead and rest at the checkpoint here. So here's the Wasteland Merchant. Now, like I said, we don't have enough scrap to get our skull. So what we can do is we can travel over to the Eastern Winds and go through the dungeon to grab the other two pieces of the Akari set. And then we should be able to get enough scrap to be able to... Our goal is to be able to get enough to be able to get the... be able to get... Why can't I speak English? To be able to get the weapon mod and the armor. So... There's some scrap in here that we didn't see. But we should be able to get a significant amount of scrap. Going through the dungeon. I mean, just keeping in mind that... What? Oh. But we just gotta keep in mind that, we may not be able to get the... get everything that we're wanting. So... But it's not like we can't come back. And since we've already been through the... since we've already been through the dungeon, it'll be fairly easier. Alright. And we just kind of do the same thing we did prior. Chests and stuff don't respawn, but the smashable... What? Where are you? Oh, there you are. I keep hitting the mount.
It's over.
But yeah, any gathering point, any like gathers, any spot that you could gather something is gone. The only thing that respawns are like the destroyable stuff. Can I throw the needle? Yes, I can. Ah, the radioactive skull.
It's over.
Where are you, Mr. Friendly? But yeah, this elixir for experience gain is important. So we got the water. Woo! Good thing I heard you coming. I'm just barely grazing these guys. What? Oh, there you are.
Crap!
Who else is around? Because there's someone... There we go.
That was rough.
Now, once again, we don't have to worry about exploration as much. So we can just keep going forward. Really?
Crap! Oh shit!
There we go. Alright, there we go. Oh.
Whew, it's over.
Alright. Did I get everything? Yes, I did. So, we picked up almost 800 scrap just from getting here. And here's some... Elazon already had power. Why did he need more? Why would Elazon invite the Gwari only to destroy them? Where is the Guardian? So yeah, it kind of confirms that Elazon literally destroyed the Guardian for his own personal gain. Here we go. The Gwari will find me soon. I write this as a final history, hoping my brethren can one day add it to their records, assuming such things survive. I was there when Elazon Nui opened the door to the Black Sun. It was a grand ceremony. Those Basha, still loyal to him, sang inspiring battle songs while the Veer lined up in ranks prepared to assault the enemy within. The Nui towered over them in his finest robes. He looked proud, determined. I do not believe he foresaw what was to occur. The device was activated. A door opened to the sky, and we saw it. The black sun. It was like a dark mirror, twisted gloom where our world was bright and verdant. Elazon raised his hand to call the attack, but the Guari poured through first, as if they, too, had prepared for this. Unspeakable horrors, twisted shapes. They outnumbered the Veer 10 to 1. Elazon ordered me to shut down the device, but I could do nothing, as if it was some external force had gained control of me. Feeding it from a near limitless supply of Kelher, which I'm assuming this is energy, or like nuclear power. The door remained stubbornly open. The flood of worry continued and still continues. Elazon fled in terror, as did us all who survived that day. I don't know. Let's see. Yep, that's it. So yeah, Elazon literally brought the root to this world because he thought he could destroy them. Akari leggings, iron, and iron, and no other piece of lore in here. So there. So as it turns out, the Undying King most likely killed the Guardian to power the machine that the root was able to pour through. Alright, so now that we have a fair amount of scrap, we are going to get the mod. Now we haven't gotten the simulacrum yet.
What now? Fine, let's have a look.
Yep. Discharge 7 radioactive projectiles that will seek towards enemies within 20 meters and deal 30 radiation damage each. And then hold the effect button to lock on and release.
Yeah, good. Now go.
So, but now that we have that, let's go ahead. Yep. And there is the set. We look very similar to the woman that we met there at the beginning. So, but the bloodlust was definitely useful. Let's see, increases chance to get iron material from destroying breakables, increase the amount of scrap picked up by 20%. Alright, so we could do, let's see, honestly, if we're wanting to get scrap, we really want the treasure hunter, but the sharpshooter is probably better. Because the opportunist is because it requires a perfect dodge. So, but with this, with as far as we've gotten, we are in a pretty good position. So I think we'll call it a night here. Thank you everyone who's dropped by and watched, and thank everyone who possibly will see this in the future. I will see you next time. Bye. Or, no, that's a bad one. Anyway, thank you all for coming and watching. And anyone who's gonna watch this later, thank you. The support is really important. But with that, we will call it a night.